A paedophile, a hypocrite, and a fundamentalist Christian walk into a church. The pastor says, "It's Josh Duggar. Oh, hello." I get the impression this has been really big news within America, but those of you watching from outside of God's country may not be aware of the kerfuffle, and you're in for a treat. Just to make sure everyone that's watching is brought up to speed, I'm going to very quickly give you the lowdown on this man, Josh Duggar. And as I do so, keep in the back of your mind that there are some people who steadfastly support this man and think that his wife shouldn't leave him because, I don't know, Jesus. We'll get to those guys in a moment, and let me tell you, it is a hoot. But firstly, the story so far. Joshua Duggar started off as a used car salesman. I could just leave it at that, really, couldn't I? He went on to become one of the stars of hit reality show 19,000 Kids and Counting. Josh is the eldest of the 7 billion children that we know of, spawned by Jim Bob Duggar, who got his start in life as a real estate agent and a politician. So, right from the off, Josh Duggar was genetically destined to be a douchebag. I mean, real estate agent and politician. That's like coming out of the side of the gene pool that all the special kids have pissed in. The show covered the Duggar cult, family's devout Christian values, which, as usual, is just a euphemism for we hate gays. Josh Duggar went on to use his newfound fame to lead the Family Research Council, whose motto is faith, family, and freedom. As long as we're not talking about, like, gay families or the freedom for women to plan families. Let's not go mental here. So to sum up, Josh Duggar and the family at large are against sexual impurities of any kind and believe it's dem homosexuals that are ruining the very bedrock of family. All this is what makes it a little awkward for the family when it was revealed earlier this year that our Joshy boy had molested 5 underage girls when he was 15, 4 of which were his own sisters, and one of them was just 5 years old at the time. Josh's father, Jim Bob Duggar, found out about the sexual abuse shortly after it happened and did what any responsible guardian would do. He called the authorities and got some serious psychiatric help for his son. No, of course you didn't. Sorry, Christians. No, they just spoke to some church elders, swept it all under the carpet, prayed a whole bunch, and then let their rapist son back into the house to live with his victims. Sounds a bit mental to me, but apparently in topsy-turvy Duggarland, fondling your preteen sister while she sleeps doesn't actually make you a child molester.
Jill and Jessa Duggar are 2 of the 19 kids belonging to Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar. And tonight, they reveal themselves as victims of their brother Josh's inappropriate touching, saying they want to set the record straight about what really went on some 12 years ago under their parents' roof and what did not.
I do want to speak up in his defense against people who are calling him a child molester or a pedophile or a rapist, some people are saying. I'm like, that is so overboard and a lie, really. Like in Josh's case, he was a young boy in puberty and a little too curious about girls. And that got him into some trouble. And he made some bad choices. But really, the extent of it was mild, inappropriate touching. Most of it while girls were sleeping.
We didn't even know about it until he went and confessed it to my parents.
In the situations that happened when the girls were awake, it was like they weren't aware of what was happening. Mm-hmm. It was very subtle.
Mm-hmm. And in our case, it's very mild compared to what happens to some young women.
I know so many girls go through things that are way worse.
So for me,
my dear girl, my heart absolutely breaks for you. You've been brainwashed by a culture that says, well, boys will be boys, and that girls should always be subservient to them. Not to mention this idea that Christian love and forgiving should always trump addressing abuse at source. And it gets worse as well.
And then, my parents explained to us what happened. And then Josh came and asked each of us individually, I know, but he asked me to forgive him. And I had to make that choice to forgive him, you know.
This is the thing, man. A parent who sits their preteen girl down with her abuser in person and asks her to forgive him is just reckless insanity. It's child abuse in and of itself. And this is the thing that pisses me off about Christian culture, from the Catholic Church right the way down to little cults like the Duggars. People going around justifying and hiding paedophilia, while at the same time tooting their own horn about how great they are and how persecuted they are if you call them out on their bullshit. Here's a YouTube comment. 42 thumbs up.
This is private stuff. This should not have been put all over the news and tabloids. It was already taken care of. They made peacefully and everyone got help. I honestly feel like the agenda is the one for the people in control of the world to take Christians off TV, to take wholesome, good family values away from the eyes of the world. That's just my view.
Piss off. Oh yes, the story isn't over. So the show got cancelled in light of all of this, which the parents claimed was because the media was out to get them, and they were sad about it because they couldn't carry on preaching the word of the Lord in front of a TV audience. Nothing to do with the 50 grand per episode that we're getting, was it? Josh Duggar himself issued his own really genuine apology back in May and promised that his transgressions were all in the past. He was now good with Jesus. But at this point of the story, a new player enters the game. Josh's wife, Anna. In Anna's statement about the whole scandal, we learn that Josh had told her about the incestual molesting of preteen girls thing when they were going out. She then decided to not only marry the guy, but have kids with him. Sounds like a keeper, Anna. After all, Josh had simply gone down a wrong path, and he'd since humbled himself before God, and was now a man who knows how to be a gentleman and treat a girl right. Fast forward to last week. When the Ashley Madison dating site for adulterous assholes got hacked, guess who was revealed not only had one account, but 2 paid accounts with the site. Josh Duggar. The fun doesn't stop there. Josh Duggar really is the gift that keeps on giving. A hooker has since come forward and said that he paid her for sex while his wife was pregnant. He also ran an OkCupid profile under a fake name, the same fake name that he used to set up a Facebook profile for contacting lingerie models. And he stole this DJ's identity to use on the accounts, ruining the guy's career. Dude, I hope you sue Josh Duggar for everything he is worth. Just do it, man. Open and shut case. Nail him. But back to poor Anna. The only common sense thing to do at this juncture would be to get yourself and your 4 beautiful children out of the house and away from this monster. Divorce him and try and get every cent you can out of him before the DJ beats you to it. That would be the logical and rational thing to do. No, sorry, I forgot Christian. Anna Duggar, and get this, partly blames herself for the cheating. And divorce is out of the question because it's a sin. Is Anna making the right move? You've heard my feelings on the matter, and I welcome you to express your own down in the comments below. But in the meantime, here is some helpful insight from Anna's Christian supporters. Jennifer Barfield writes,
Praying for both of you.
Wow, well done. You've literally said nothing of any use whatsoever. In fact, this isn't just of no help, it's less than helpful. Here's why. Let's say you spent 5 minutes finding this page, thinking up something to say, and then writing that comment. On an average computer, that would equate to a power usage of 0.1 kilowatt hours. Josh and Anna's Facebook page have 164,000 followers, and having spent nearly all day reading through comments, I can conservatively estimate that about 5% of them are variations of this same thing. That's 8,200 useless bits of sentiment so far, or 820 kilowatt hours used up in the first week since the scandal broke. Assuming this keeps up for another 2 months, and let's face it, probably longer because no doubt some other skeleton will fall out of his closet, that's 6,560 kilowatt hours, and on an average US electricity grid, 1 kilowatt hour produces about 1 pound of carbon emissions. In short, your prayers melt icebergs.
People are not perfect. Yes, his actions were deplorable, but if anyone could look deep into the lives of those who judge, what would they see? Only the Lord can judge, as he made the rules, not us.
Okay. I mean, try telling that to a judge that verifiably exists in an actual court of law and see how you get on, I guess. This argument is really typical of Josh Duggar supporters. The whole no one should throw stones thing, it doesn't work. Hey, I think that guy just burned down the orphanage.
Oh, casting the first stone. None of us are perfect, Jeremy.
You want to go hate on some gays?
Yeah. Mike Shelton writes,
Dear Anna, I say this to you with love. Forgive your husband. Dear Mike, I say this to you with love.
shut the
Jamie Wheat writes, My heart breaks for you, Anna, and your children, but it also breaks poor Josh. I pray that Josh gets real help, and with a Christian therapist who uses all kinds of therapies. His parents didn't handle it right when he was young. Jamie, you're literally arguing with yourself here. That's what they tried the first time round when he raped his sisters. And what do you mean by using a Christian therapist who has all kinds of therapies? Why not just use an actual therapist that does shit that works?
Well, this week we might try a little bit of homeopathy.
No. Kristen Lemon Olgren writes, I have never known the pain of infidelity, and I cannot know what God would lead you to do, but I hope that you will work to forgive Josh before you make any decisions over what you might want to do as a result of this. When my marriage got really bad, I was tempted to leave. I never felt I had God's permission to do so, however, so I stayed. Hang on, you didn't feel like you had autonomy over your own actions because your imaginary friend didn't grant it to you. She does, however, go on to say, Josh has done wrong, and if he is unwilling or unable to avoid this sin, of course you have to leave. You have biblical grounds to do so. Perhaps this is the direction in which God will lead. So God's decision is always conveniently whatever you decide to do in the end anyway. Is that how it works? Also, why does a decision that is rational in and of itself require a biblical verse to back it up? I've never understood that.
Hey, that guy set me on fire. Do you think I should put it out?
Yeah, probably. Let me just check the scripture. Scripture's good. Gina Brown writes, The power of prayer is mighty and miraculous. Smiley face.
The world is evil and doomed. But as Christians, we are forgiven!
Ah yes, look at this delightful situation that the power of prayer got Anna into in the first place. Stuck between a rock and a paedophile cheating husband. And why is it that fundamentalist Christians always drone on about how terrible and apocalyptic the world is? This is what I saw when I left the house earlier.
It's not exactly Mad Max, is it?
You and I live in first world countries. Could be way worse. Learn to see some beauty and love in the world, otherwise you're just going to miss all the good stuff and die angry. Peter Middleton writes, Forgiveness is human. Satan manipulates people just to make things even worse. I hope Anna forgives Josh for all things he committed. Sure, why not? It's a lot easier just to bury your head in the sand and blame all your misgivings on some mythical medieval demon, rather than face up to your own responsibilities and actions, but thanks for stopping in with your musings on morality, Pete. Oh, and just one more thing. Weren't you the same Pete Middleton that messaged another Facebook user with this? Katie writes, Anna, the book When Your Husband is Addicted to Pornography will give you insight. Cheers. I also have a book recommendation. It's called Wake the F*** Up and Take Your Kids Away from the Child-Molesting Serial Adulterer Who Shows No Signs of Ever Changing by anyone with half a brain in their nut. Paperback out now. Laurie writes, blah 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 blah, you've got no right to judge Josh Duggar, you're a sinner too, etc, etc. Okay, so I won't find you ever posting anything online about how homosexuals or women who choose to have abortions are evil, no? Herbert Stewart writes, hang in there! The vows you took before God are serious!
Like all other calamities, this too shall pass.
Out of the two people in that marriage, it's Anna that you're suggesting should take their wedding vows seriously. Are you for real? Also, I'm pretty sure these calamities won't pass for her if she stays with him. And I'm pretty sure you assholes said that the last time there was a big scandal involving Josh Duggar. Look, nobody likes getting divorced. I'm not going to go out next week and divorce my wife just for shits and giggles or to annoy Christians. Although thinking about it, that kind of is my character. Also, how do you guys always seem to have a direct line to God and know what he thinks? How does that work? Hey, God, what do you think about this whole Josh Duggar thing? Hey, he never specified which God. Dave writes, thanks for standing for Christ even as you battle the sin in your life. I pray for God's protection and comfort as he uses this for his kingdom. Yeah, track record-wise, God's protection and comfort aren't doing Anna Duggar much good. And what kind of shitty kingdom is that guy building? I know that you have asked all your fans for forgiveness, Josh. I forgive you, and I know that Jesus forgives you too. Okay, put your money where your mouth is. Care to leave your infant daughters in his care for the weekend?
Hey Anna, if divorce is not an option, go cheat on Josh back.
Hey, how's the relationship counseling practice going?
Sometimes the bad things that happen in our lives put us directly on the path to the best things that will ever happen to us.
No. Just no. Get some sense in your head. The bad stuff is bad, the good stuff is good. It's usually fairly easy to tell the two apart. Good. Kittens. The first time you watched Breaking Bad. Tiramisu. Bad. You too. Cheating, child molesting husbands. Look, it's by no means an exhaustive list, but god damn it, I love tiramisu. There's an erection joke in here somewhere. No, I lost it. And finally, a short message from Sharon Harnett. Hating on Josh Duggar? Consider this. Thanks as always for watching my video. See if you can scroll right down till you get to the comments below. If you find yourself down in the comments below, be sure to leave your thoughts on the video and say, oh hello. That was a surprisingly good little jingle. I'm really proud of myself. Anyway, subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have you come join us, and you can guarantee there is going to be more to this story as well. I'm on Twitter at IronManMode, and down there are the lovely people that support this channel. Thank you so much to all of them. If you'd like to become one, hit the Patreon link, and you will get cool stuff for supporting. So definitely do that, and thanks to those that already do. Goodbye, my friends. That one wasn't quite as good. It's just a bit sad and melancholy, really.